We moved into our dream home on a quiet street in a small town in Indiana. A fresh start, a new life, a place where our kids could run free. It was supposed to be perfect, the kind of home you only find once in a lifetime. But that was before we met the people next door. At first, it was subtle. A false smile here, a door that shut the second we stepped outside. Our neighbor, a middle-aged white man named Gary, never once introduced himself. His wife would glance at us through the curtains but never wave. My wife said maybe they were just private people. I tried to believe her, but something felt off from the start. On the third night in our new home, I was jolted awake around 2:17 a.m. by a loud bang. I rushed outside and found our trash cans knocked over and trash spread all over the driveway. As I bent down to clean up, I noticed someone walking casually across our front lawn, heading back to the neighbor's side. He didn't run. He didn't say anything. Just walked away slowly, like he belonged there. That was the first time I felt it, the chill in my spine, like we weren't welcome here. A week later, I came out one morning to take our daughter to school and saw something spray-painted across our garage door. It read, "Go back." 2 words. That's it. But they cut deeper than anything else. We cleaned it before the kids could see. I didn't report it. Who would I report it to? I had no proof. But I knew it came from next door. The small signs kept piling up. Someone poured what smelled like bleach on our lawn one night, killing the fresh grass we had just planted. Packages went missing. Our mail started arriving already opened. I installed a camera near the front porch. My wife thought I was being paranoid, but that changed the day our 8-year-old son came home crying from school. He told us their son, Gary's son, had said, "My dad says people like you bring crime into the neighborhood." I stared at my wife, expecting her to say something comforting, but she was silent. Then she walked over to the front door and locked it, middle of the day, and just stood there. That night, she told me we needed more cameras. A few days later, the motion sensor on the back door picked up movement at 2:41 a.m. I checked the footage and saw a man, tall, heavy-set, crouched behind our car in the driveway, just sitting there, watching the house. He didn't move, even when the porch light turned on. He eventually stood up, stretched his arms, and casually walked back across the lawn toward Gary's property. We called the police. They came, looked at the footage, and said, "Could be a drunk passerby. Doesn't look threatening." We felt helpless. A week later, our daughter let out the most blood-curdling scream I've ever heard. It was around 1:30 a.m. We ran to her room and found the window wide open. She was hiding in the closet, shaking. She told us she woke up and saw a man staring at her through the window. He wasn't wearing a mask. "Just watching me," she said. The backyard camera, unplugged. That was the last straw. I stormed over to Gary's house the next morning, ready to lose my mind. He opened the door like he had been waiting for me. "I don't know what you think you're doing," I started. He didn't let me finish. "This neighborhood was quiet before you moved in," he said. His tone wasn't angry. It was calm, dismissive, like I wasn't even worth yelling at. Then he shut the door in my face. We called the cops again. They logged another report. No action. Days passed. Then weeks. My son started sleeping in our room. My wife became obsessed with locking every door and window, checking 3 times each night. I started sleeping with a baseball bat next to the bed. The cameras picked up shadows, noises, but never enough to prove anything. They knew exactly what they were doing. They never touched us, never broke in, never made a direct threat. But we were prisoners in our own home. One night, I heard whispering outside the bedroom window. I jumped up and turned on the porch lights. No one was there. But in the morning, I found a dead bird placed on our welcome mat. Its neck was broken. Deliberate. That morning, I sat down with my wife and said, "We have to go." She didn't argue. We sold the house 2 weeks later. Took a huge loss. Moved to another city. We didn't even say goodbye to the neighbors. Not that they would have cared. It's been months now. The kids are better. Not great. Just better. My daughter still refuses to sleep alone. My wife double locks everything and won't open the blinds. I still wake up at 2:17 a.m. almost every night. I listen for footsteps. They never laid a hand on us, but they stole something we'll never get back: our peace, our dignity, our belief that home meant safety. Sometimes the monsters are the ones hiding under your bed. Sometimes they live next door and smile when they see you pack up and leave.